Chapter 49, The Secret Lover of the Crown Prince of the Underworld 23. Early in the morning, Diana, as usual, went to wake Adam up. "Didn't I tell you not to wake me up from now on?" He lifted the blanket and said lightly. She saw a trace of ambiguous red on his neck, and then calmly lowered her eyes and said in a low voice, "Habit." He hummed, worried about himself standing in front of the mirror and putting on his clothes. "Recently, the organization has anything unusual? Stephen family and some elders in the organization recently asked me to find out the situation of the young master. The matter between you and Miss Alva probably can't be hidden anymore," she said. Different from Seven in the original plot who tried to hide it to make Ethan suspicious, Diana of course is not so good at helping the male lead and female lead hide the fact that they love each other. Moreover, the person who has been following Adam recently is not her, but the not-so-smart Darius. Adam adjusted his sleeves slightly, his voice was a bit cold. "I know. Linda's existence was fine if Ethan knew, no matter what, he was his son, even if he didn't agree with him marrying Linda, he wouldn't interfere. But the other people in the organization were different. Especially those who were on his side but still had other thoughts, who knows what they would do to Linda." Thinking like this, he asked, "How have you been getting along with Finn recently? If there's no progress, then go to Linda's side to protect her. She has a good impression of you, she won't be like the other bodyguards who ostracize you." Diana suddenly raised her head when she heard this, her face was uncontrollable surprise. A few days ago, Finn was still teasing her, saying that Adam was fine when he didn't let her watch them have sex. Who would have thought that she would be slapped in the face so quickly? "How?" Adam saw her face immediately turn pale. Her originally beautiful features seemed to have lost all their color. He couldn't help but ask. She bit her lip, trying to raise the corner of her mouth. "Nothing." But this girl's forced smile stopped in his eyes. It was her unwillingness. "What happened? Is it related to Finn?" She slightly nodded, wanting to say something but stopped. "Fifth Master His brows furrowed. "He suspects you?" Doubt was also natural, after all she was the person by his side. Even this was enough for her to reveal such an expression? "Fifth Master said he wanted to marry me." She finally said it. In an instant, the entire room quieted down, even a needle falling to the ground seemed to be audible. The wind rose, blowing open the curtain. He also returned to his senses, his eyes were a bit dark and unclear. "So, you feel that you can marry the famous Stephen Fifth Master, and then don't think about doing things for me?" "Young master, why do you think so?" I don't want to marry him." Saying these words, she seemed to have all her strength drained out of her. Her face was filled with despair, but her eyes were still shining as she looked at him. "Don't think about marrying him?" He didn't know what he was thinking about, raised his hand and gently fell on her hair, like he was comforting a restless little pet. "I know you're loyal to me, but I didn't expect Finn to really like you. You did a good job." "Of course I'm loyal to you, but I don't want to marry him. There's another reason." "Another reason?" He touched her hair, somewhat indifferent. She took a deep breath, never before nervous. "I don't want to marry him, because the person I like is you. Young master, I like you. I've liked you since I was little. I know I'm not worthy of you, but as long as I'm by your side, I'm very satisfied. I don't want to marry the Fifth Master. I can do anything for you, but I don't want to marry the Fifth Master." Chapter 50, The Secret Lover of the Crown Prince of the Underworld 24. Ding, male lead favorability degree 60. Ding, male lead favorability degree 62, 70. After she confessed, a system prompt sound rang in her ear. She slightly squinted her eyes. "Ah, man, as long as he doesn't hate this woman, he naturally won't hate this woman's love. Especially, Seven is still a charming beauty, no matter how Adam ignores her and likes the female lead, he is still happy to have her confess. However, no matter how Adam's favorability degree betrays Adam, his expression still hasn't changed at all." She looked, the burning warmth in her eyes also gradually cooled down. He saw her bright as the star's pupils trying her best to hide her sadness, his heart sank slightly. Ding, male lead favorability degree 75. You don't need to see Finn these past few days. He hesitated, opened his mouth and said. You are my person, even if he really likes you, he will not marry you without any hesitation. He is very deep-minded, he might be saying that to test you, you should go to Linda's place a few days first. She nodded slightly, her heart aching. This was a man she liked, never had eyes to look at her, although he knew she liked him, still made her go protect his girlfriend. To 7, this innocence was so fierce and tragic. Fortunately, in this body the person had changed to Diana. She hid the corner of her mouth and smiled coldly, looking at Adam's appearance as if nothing had happened, extremely disdainful. Diana met Linda again when she was being bullied by several female students in the WC. Linda, who do you think you are, seeing a man and seducing him, with such a face you think you are good? Ah, having the young Master Stephen is enough, but still entangled with Jane's boyfriend, are you ashamed or not? What are you still doing as a school flower? I think you should be a prostitute. Linda was surrounded in the middle, her ears were all filled with their foul and filthy words, her complexion was pale, and she was powerless to resist, as if a little white rabbit had fallen into a trap. Diana heard a few sentences, couldn't help but roll her eyes. These days female students really said anything, each of them were pretty, but their words were even more vulgar than those of a shrew on the street. Bang a sound, she lifted her foot to kick the bathroom door to the wall, emitting a loud bang. Fuck you who? Didn't see us teaching people? A female student turned her head in dissatisfaction, looking at Diana's indifferent yet absolutely beautiful face, she couldn't help but get even angrier. She is the person beside young Master Stephen. Another female student suddenly said, then she looked at Diana, asking, you didn't also have your lover stolen by this little bitch? Linda heard that sentence and suddenly raised her head to look at her, only to see Diana still had such a cold appearance, but she felt a little guilty. She opened her mouth to gasp, as if wanting to confirm something, but in the end only spat out 2 words, 7 Doris. Diana indifferently looked at her, more than a month not seen, that bright sunshine temperament on Linda's body seemed to have faded a lot, on the contrary more gentle and thoughtful. It seems that the male lead has a way to teach, unfortunately, she still likes her previous appearance a little more. Seeing enough of the female lead's embarrassment, Diana then turned her gaze to those female students. I count to 3, you guys don't leave then you better call 120 first. Diana's eyes were sharp as a blade, moreover the original 7 has killed people, even more is bringing out a few parts of murderous aura, easily suppressed those female students. Looking at the front still domineering person is running away, Linda let out a sigh of relief at the same time, in the heart also has a few more rays of not easily feel angry.